Mr. President, we're now in the backstretch under 50 days. Is there a closing plan to close out the battleground states that's different from the previous 300?
Well, there is a plan about closing. It's called closing the border, and we're going to do that immediately. And we're going to drill, baby, drill, and we're going to bring down inflation. We're going to cut prices. You have to cut prices, not just bring them to a level. You have to cut prices. But we're going to end up with the strongest economy anywhere in the world, and we're going to do it very quickly. We have more liquid gold under our feet than anybody. We're going to use it. And we're going to pay down debt. We're going to reduce taxes still further. And we're going to have a country back again. But most importantly and immediately, we're going to close our border because we have millions and millions of people pouring in from jails and prisons and mental institutions and terrorists. And we're not going to stand for it anymore.
18,000 people out there, about another 18,000 on the outside. In Nassau County, Long Island, and you probably made a lot of them happy by saying, hey, I know I had tax reform, I got rid of the SALT, but now you want to add that. Allow them to take their state and local taxes off their tax return.
We're really looking to do that, and we want to do it for New York. We also want to win New York. We think we can because of what's happened with the migrant crisis. Everybody's coming into New York, people that, frankly, that just got out of prisons from the Congo and from the Middle East and from lots of other places. And the people of New York, look, I left here. This was a great place. Now it's a place that's overrun by people that shouldn't be in our country, by very dangerous people, street gangs. You see what's happening in other states. It's not only in New York, but right. You look at what's going on with the Venezuelan taking over the real estate in Colorado with guns like even our military doesn't have, guns and rifles. So, no, we got to turn it around. We're going to turn it around fast. We have to deport all of these criminals that have been brought in, and we will.
The Teamsters Union is refusing to endorse either one of the candidates tonight. Normally, that's a given for the Democratic nominee.
The Teamsters Union, for the first time since 1996, just declined to support a Democrat for the White House.
You know, the Democrats have always taken for granted that they're going to get our vote no matter what, and the Republicans are fancying themselves as the working people's party.
First time since 1988, the Teamsters have not endorsed a Democratic candidate. They didn't endorse anyone, but they released a poll. The poll shows their membership is going to vote for you by about 20 points.
Yeah, they're going to be.
What does that mean?
We're up to almost 60% of the vote. Well, it's a great honor. The Teamsters have been with me for a long time. We did a lot of buildings in New York. I did concrete buildings. They were the truck drivers for the concrete.
So you had no problems with the unions ever?
I got along with the unions, and I got along with non-unions, too. I got along with everybody. I was very good at building things. And, you know, you go to different parts of the country. You go down south and you don't have unions. And in New York, you have very strong unions. But I always got along with them. I got along with the Teamsters. Look, this is the first time in many decades that they haven't endorsed a Democrat. But they went out and they actually took a poll of the members, and I was at 60%. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. First of all, I have no sales tax. That's an incorrect statement. She knows that. Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. And just to finish off, she doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan. It's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that are just, oh, we'll try and lower taxes. She has no policy. Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. Well, there she goes again. It's a lie. I'm not signing a ban, and there's no reason to sign a ban. Excuse me, I have to respond. Another lie. It's another lie. I have been a leader on IVF, which is fertilization. Will she allow abortion in the 8th month, 9th month, 7th month?
Come on.
Okay, would you do that? Why don't you ask her that question?
Why don't you answer
That's the problem.
question?
After seeing Kamala Harris vice president for the first time and debating her for the first time, and then seeing some of her follow-up interviews, what kind of opponent is she?
Well, I thought that she had a debate which was interesting because she wasn't answering any questions, and I thought it was a great debate for me. I thought it was one of my best debates that I've ever had, and some people disagreed, but I felt it was the strongest debate I ever had. I thought I was treated very unfairly by ABC. It was 3-on-1, but that was okay, too. I thought we did really well. We exposed it. She told a lot of things that weren't true, and I told things that were true. Like, as an example, when I said we have massive crime, I was interrupted by David Muir saying that crime has actually gone down. Well, no, The Justice Department, I don't know why they did this, but somebody maybe likes me over there. They just released, as you saw, numbers saying that crime is up 44% and beyond that in some categories. So I was right. And ABC hasn't apologized yet. No, I thought the debate was very good. My poll numbers are great. We just had a Rasmussen poll that I'm up 6. And I think we're doing very well. Don't forget, it's a very unfair process. They did a coup of Biden. The Biden thing was over. We had the debate. It was a good debate. And he was down either 19 or 21 points, depending on which poll you look. And I figured that was going to be a win. And they told him that was going to be a win and we want you out. And they actually did a coup and they put her in. And I actually believe when the people find out what she stands for, all of the things that she stands for, I think that we will do as well or better than we would have done against Biden.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born. Madam Vice President, I want to get your response to President Trump.
You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is
the people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager.
Mark Penn, a Democratic pollster, is calling for an investigation of ABC and the moderators. He wants the communications pulled to see if they were talking to each other because of the fact check on you and none on them and the questions and topics. Do you join in those questions?
Sure, I do. I think they should be investigated, and they have to get a license from the federal government. They asked me 9 or 11 different times about things that I was right on. In virtually every case, I was absolutely right, like the crime, like Charlottesville, like a lot of other things. They asked me about things that I was right on, and they didn't ask her anything about things that she was wrong on, and they knew that Bloodbath, as an example, they all knew that she was wrong on these things.
You were talking finances.
And so what is so sad is that they're allowed to do that. So they interrupted me, but they didn't interrupt her, and she was the one that was wrong.
The Federal Reserve cutting interest rates by a 0.5 percentage point on Wednesday. The decision means the cost to borrow money for things like credit cards, car loans, and some mortgages will likely drop right now.
A 50% cut, a 0.5% cut, a massive cut of the Fed right before the election. Yeah. It's the first one, it's the biggest one in a long time. Yeah. Do you think politics plays a role in it? Or is it because inflation's tamed?
Well, I think it's two things. I think our economy is terrible, so you could make the case for them. Or it's politics, or maybe it's a combination of both. But the economy is bad. Inflation is killing people. We're going to get the inflation way down. I'm going to reduce energy bills for people by 50% within the first 12 months. That's the kind of stuff we have. We have more liquid gold under our feet than any country in the world, Saudi Arabia, Russia. I'm going to reduce energy costs for people. That means air conditioning, heating, cars, everything, by 50%. And we'll do that within 12 months, and I'll be able to do it easily.
I understand I missed this. I was here, but you did make history today with Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency purchase.
The first transaction by a president on the Bitcoin protocol.
I don't even get it. Do you understand what you bought? Hamburgers?
Well, I did. I bought a hamburger with Bitcoin. They said it was the first purchase ever made, I guess, of a hamburger or something. And no, look, I'm a believer in staying at the top. This is a hot thing. And rather than giving it to China, like the AI stuff, artificial intelligence, China's going crazy about it. They're also going crazy on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And I do understand it. I think it's going to be a very hot industry, and it already is, actually.
It has become increasingly apparent that there are significant challenges to free speech.
Former First Lady has a book coming out, a memoir. What do we get from that book? I haven't read it yet. How important is it for her to put that out?
Well, she's a tremendous person, very precise, very accurate, and I do believe she loves her husband. That's probably the biggest surprise to a lot of people, come to think of it, but she loves her husband. She's a terrific woman, a terrific First Lady. No matter where I go, they just go crazy over Melania.
And lastly, I know you and your safety and the Special Secret Service, but do you worry about your family too?
Sick and tired of having to have that conversation with my 5 young children about a deranged leftist clearly motivated by the sound bites of the radical left and the mainstream media shooting at their grandfather.
I do. I don't talk about it, but I do. I have to worry about family. I have to worry about everybody. I worry about you. I worry about everybody because, look, we're under siege. And no country has ever suffered like we have for the last 3.5, almost 4 years. When they allow millions of people to come into our country from prisons, right? From prisons, and terrorists and people from mental institutions, and they take over our parks. Look at New York. You can't play Little League baseball anymore. You know, that doesn't sound serious, but it is serious. When they take away your whole lifestyle, when they live in hotels better than our incredible veterans who are lying on the street opposite the main entrance to a hotel, and in that hotel you have illegal aliens that have come in, and by the way, destroying the hotel, fighting at levels that the police don't even want to go into the hotels. When you have that happening in this city and this country, I want to protect everybody.
Lastly, JD's got a debate coming up. CBS, Margaret Brennan, Norah O'Donnell. Do you think he'll get a fair shot? What advice do you give him?
He won't get a fair shot, but he will handle it very good, very smart. I think he's done great. People are really liking him. He's tough, smart. He loves our country. He's going to have no trouble.
Very nice of the former president and his team to give us that time. Think about his day. He did Gutfeld. He did a special cryptocurrency stop. He took 200 individual pictures with celebrities and donors behind the scenes, and then just addressed 18,000 people, as well as 5,000 on the outside of the Coliseum. That was just all in one day.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.